The panel, we let go of Jamal Harvey. He's getting prepared for his fight on Friday, and we brought in Team Onward. That's right, MVP's own Walton, his coach and trainer extraordinaire, DJ Walton, joins Mike and myself. Gentlemen, it's just good to see you guys, man. It's good to see the family in the building. How we doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
No complaints over here. Training hard right now. Big announcements coming soon.
Oh, okay.
But
Just
yeah.
jump right in, then, Juana. Go ahead.
I just gotta
baby.
get to the heat right away.
Let's go. I like it. DJ, how you doing, man? It's good to see you again. You guys are you're training hard. You're getting ready for something.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here for what a big fight week. Historic weekend for you guys at MVP with 2 back-to-back shows. 2 amazing cards, so we're just kind of soaking it all in, man.
Yeah.
Also gonna get a little workout while we're here, so we're doing great, man.
It seems like you guys are working. I'm seeing some shiners over here from
Yeah.
Juana, man. We ain't playing around in camp, huh?
No, not playing around. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Making mistakes like that. My face is learning right now. So I'm figuring it out over here.
Downloading it. We're getting
I'm
there.
downloading it.
How is everything though, man? I feel like it's been a while since we
Yeah.
caught up with you. You're still staying sharp, getting ready, like you said. Big things coming. How are you feeling as we sit here right now?
Honestly, I'm feeling great right now.
Yeah.
And then by the time I'm ready to make my next announcement, I'll be more than ready. But overall, I'm feeling great. Got the right people around me.
Yeah.
And honestly, couldn't ask for anything better than be sitting with you guys right now and talking about what we got here in front of us,
True. DJ, you're like you said, you're doing something here. We're getting ready for something, but you got something on your plate this week as well. We have Nat No Love Dove coming back here to MVP Zone. Talk to me about this fight night card and her place on it.
Yeah, super excited to have her on the Saturday night card. I think if I'm not mistaken, it might be her first time fighting outside of prospects.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, so that's a great move for her. I think she learned a lot during that last fight. Spent more time in Philly this camp, sparring, getting going a lot of rounds. And I think that there's been a lot of growth with her, both from a maturity perspective, from an IQ perspective, definitely strength, power. She's always had the speed and the right will, but it feels like it's all kind of coming together now. And seeing her towards the end of this camp, I think we're going to see her at her best. And I know that's kind of cliche, what you get from a lot of guys, but she's looking as sharp as I've ever seen her.
Yeah, and I think coming off the last fight draw, we wanted to see what was going to happen. It can go one of two ways, especially for a younger prospect. You can kind of use that as motivation and go to the next level, or you can look at that and say, is this really what I'm cut out for, right? And for Nat, I had no doubt that it was going to be, all right, we go to the next level. All right, now how do I get better? How do I come back? I mean, Juana, you've had a similar situation as well, where you're thrown right into the fire and you got to figure it out. And maybe you could talk to this a little bit better. How have you seen Nat's mentality? Has it changed? Has she gotten, more involved, like DJ's saying? How's it changed since that last fight?
Yeah, so it's tough right out of the gate when you don't get what you want in the decision world. And it's just like boxing's a tough sport with that. And it's like if you're not absolutely dominating or getting knockouts, it's honestly up in the air depending on how the fight's gonna end. So it's just like I've definitely seen her mentality change, and there's definitely more of like a grit to it now because she knows like, one more mistake and that could be it in boxing because everybody cares about the record so much. It's not like you fight, whatever happens. It's like the record is such a big thing in boxing. So seeing that kind of mental change in her and realizing like this is real and this is what I'm getting into has been pretty, a big turning point. It was a big turning point for me, really, coming off of Puerto Rico. I didn't execute what I wanted to do there. And I honestly wouldn't be where I'm at right now and have the mentality I do if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
mean-
It's kind of been a good setting stone for the beginning of my career, and I'm honestly grateful for it at this point.
Mike, you got to love to hear that. Two of your prospects that you guys have signed up talking about, how do I go to the next level? Not, someone take me there. How do I get there myself? How do I take that next step in my career? You're seeing that with Juana. You're going to see that with Nat on Saturday, but you're going to see a ton of great fights on Saturday. This isn't I love our prospects cards, and that's a showcase for that next generation. This was like the right now generation, this fight night. Talk to me about building this card and 4 title fights, eliminators all over the place. It's like Mike is just throwing it out like Oprah does. He's like, you get a title fight. So tell me, man, how did this come about?
Yeah, Yanquil Rivera, new to MVP, Puerto Rican Olympian, undefeated, WBA #1, fighting Angelina Cordoba for the WBA interim title at flyweight. Jan Kiel is someone that I've followed for quite a while. I mean, they call him El Doctorcito, the little doctor. I mean, because he's surgical,
Yeah.
man. The guy is
Badass
just
nickname.
That's a
it
pretty
is,
dope
right?
nickname, dude.
He's surgical, you know. He's got all the tools.
Uh-huh.
He can knock people out, which at flyweight is almost like unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
But he can box. You know, guy is just a total package.
Yeah.
Angelino Cordoba. I was there ringside when he went toe to toe with Juan Carlos Martinez, a fight that ended up being a no contest because Martinez failed a drug test. But it was just a war.
Yeah.
It was a war. And this is like, this is a great main event for us. A great main event for us.
And Cordova's got a bunch of knockouts too at 112.
yeah,
Right? I mean,
exactly.
So I mean, yeah, you're at 112 to see that kind of like, you know, where anything could happen at any moment. Like,
Yeah.
I'm super excited about the main event.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, you know, Cordoba's from Venezuela, and you see these guys a lot of times come up from South America, and they have these gaudy records, but you don't really know what you're getting.
Right.
But I mean, when he jumped in there with Martinez, who's like the very best at flyweight, at least at that time, you know, Jan Kiel's coming up quickly. But I mean, and he was neck and neck with him. I mean, showed Cordova he can really fight.
Yeah. Talk to me about, you know, what probably could be another main event on a separate card, but Tejas is back in the co-main event, and that's another title fight that you guys have on this card.
Yeah, interim world title fight. He's coming off beating Julian Williams, who's, you know, former unified world champion. It was a massive win for Ioane. I mean, we've had Ioane on prospects a couple times. I mean, I sound like a broken record, but another guy that just, this guy's a lot of tools.
Mm-hmm.
He can punch, he can box. You know, we saw him against Levon Navarro, scored just a devastating knockout in the 10th round. I mean,
It looked like the chin went into the air. Like it looked pretty serious. Like I was is he gonna get up? Like it was rough. It was rough.
Super high in Ioane. You know, he's been with Box Lab, our great partner here at the Carib, and you know, look, a Boss Baru is a guy with more experience coming over from Germany, but he did his whole camp in South Florida, kind of leaving no stone unturned. I mean, he's WBA's #1 contender for a reason. I mean, it's a great matchup. It's main co-main event. I mean, the whole card is, you know,
stacked.
Everybody says this. The whole card is filled with very good, very competitive fights.
Yeah, DJ, I wanted to go to you. I know we talked about the co-main and main. What fight's catching your eye on this main card?
Definitely Lucas Body. I think.
Yeah, man.
I
Come
think
on
after
now.
his last performance, I haven't spoken to him since, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming like he didn't give exactly what he wanted to on that night. Obviously did enough, and he's just such a talented fighter. Seeing him in there with somebody that, you know, has the experience, has knockout power, and on a big card like this, I'm excited to see what he does.
Prince Body, what do you think over there, Juana?
I mean, I was gonna say Body. You know?
He stole your pick, man. This guy, I should went here first.
I know,
It's my fault, man.
And then obviously I gotta say Nat. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing what she's gonna do, especially coming off of that last fight.
Yeah.
And just, you know, I've seen it in the gym, but is she going to execute that mindset in the fight? You know, as far as the, you know, that mental change. You know,
How tough is that, Juana? Going from the, you know, bringing your best version from the gym
Fight
under the
night,
lights. It's so tough. I've heard about it from so many fighters that are world champs in the gym, but you get them out there in front of the lights, and it's a completely different story.
You know, that's the thing with boxing is I just feel like, you know, you can be a phenomenal fighter, right? You could be 50-0, but the odds of you having your best night every night are almost, you know, slim to none.
Yeah.
You know, like these greats, they've probably had 10 of their best nights out of their 40, 50 fights, you know? So it's just like being able to apply that mindset in the ring and having the same mindset in the gym as in front of the lights, it's just like, it's definitely like a hard thing to do mentally and physically.
And I think working, you know, hard enough that on your worst night you're still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Right. You still gotta be good on your
that's
worst
like
night.
that's where experience comes. That's where the mentality comes from. But I think going back to Nat, like, you know, I think we're gonna see an aggressive Nat, no love Dove.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think like you know, I'd be surprised if this thing goes a distance. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing ends in 4 or 5 rounds.
Wow. Mike, we've talked about some of the bigger names, co-main and main. What's a sleeper fight on that main card that people need to tune in for? You got more MVP signees on this card.
I mean, look, Stephanie Hahn fighting Paulina Angel, making her MVP debut. You know, we're super, super excited about Stephanie, undefeated world champion, just recently won her world title. We have huge plans for Stephanie, provided she comes through on Saturday.
Yeah.
But you know, she's got a very tough competitor, high ranked contender Paulina Angel. You know, coming up from Colombia, you know, very talented in her own right, a young, you know, almost prospect contender,
Yeah.
you know. And this is her moment, man. This is her Super Bowl. This is her big opportunity. So Stephanie's got to take her seriously, and you know, and then, you know, if she's successful, then kind of we can really start pushing that MVP machine behind her and get her into something really exciting.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's a ton of great fights. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know why my eye is drawn to that Ariel Golden Hulk Perez and Chris Avila fight, baby.
Everybody's saying it.
Fireworks!
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I love that we have so many world titles on this card, and that's a tribute to you and MVP, Mike. But sometimes you just want to see a couple guys that you know aren't necessarily world class, maybe yet. We'll see, you know.
Sure.
But they're going to go in there and they're going to slang. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go in there and throw some leather. And I know both.
Especially at light heavy. It's
At
like,
light
I
heavy,
mean,
man.
Something you gotta
that
appreciate.
makes it a
you
little
know
more
what I mean?
fun.
Like, yeah.
And we've had Golden Hulk here. He brings a ton of fans out. He's such a fan favorite, but he also fights in a fan favorite way. He leaves it all out there. We got Chris Avila. Don't know who's going to show up from the Nick Diaz army. You never know. The 209 guys pop out. They roll together. They roll deep. You know what I mean? It might be a problem. I got to separate
probably
some
not
people.
as deep as the Golden Hulk, though.
I know, but here in Tampa, the Golden Hulk, I'm excited for that one. But just a ton of great fights on the night. And I want to come back to you, Juana. This has to get the juices flowing for you. Anytime you're around this level of fighting, obviously Nat, I know, is super important for you to be around when she's fighting, but just all this competition, it has to get you in a mindset to be like, all right, when's my turn? I'm ready to go, you know?
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, I'm always in that mindset all the time. You know, it's just right now I'm just so dialed in on the gym and executing my game plan so that I can be ready for my next fight, you know. And overall, I mean, we're doing everything we want to do. We're getting all the right work in, and we're just pushing me and seeing what I'm capable of, and I love that. You know, it's like kind of when you're starting off your camps, you kind of have to get through that like break point. I feel like, you know, where you're depleted and then you kind of get like that boost from there. It's almost like a runner's high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm 8 miles in and I'm dead, but my tank just came back. So it's like when you get to that point, you get that momentum, it's just like game changer. And you know, I'm starting to feel that early on, and I'm starting to feel strong, starting to feel good. I'm just hyped for what's next.
Look, real quick, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys coming on the Boxing Lab, but I do want to do some rapid fire picks for, you know, this fight coming up, the big fight that everybody's talking about, Canelo Crawford. Got to speak with Amari about it, got to speak with Bob Santos. I need to see y'all's picks though. DJ, real quick, where are you going?
You know, I don't think you can go against Canelo.
By the way, you're getting dogged right now,
I'm a
Mike.
big
That's
Bud.
4-1
I'm
Canelo,
a big
dude.
Bud fan. I really am.
course, yeah,
and I think that, you know, but I mean, if we're going rapid fire, I'll stop all the explanation. I think Canelo.
I gotta go Canelo. I mean, it's just size difference.
Yeah.
Main factor.
Weight classes for a reason, right?
Yep.
Mike, I mean, it's just, you're over here by yourself, my man.
On
an island.
A great little man beats a good big man, they say.
There you go. I like it.
Hey, I will say this though, Mike is very, very rarely wrong.
I know. It's like
Yeah,
when you
like-
pick against him, you go, wait a second.
When it comes to the
Come on a second.
boxing
I'm not even
picks, he's
debating
rarely
it because
wrong,
I just
man.
feel like, you know, like, I mean, it's kind of anybody's ball game.
It's a good
You know,
fight. It's
anybody's
a really
ball
good
game.
fight. I mean,
Yeah.
the biggest concern with me, and I didn't put my pick out there, but I'll go ahead and say I think Canelo's going to win this fight.
Yep.
The biggest reason for me is like you said, Juan, it's the adjustment of the weight.
It's a huge size discrepancy.
It's a massive size. I mean, Crawford hasn't even fought past 54, and he fought at 54 once. So it's like we're talking about a guy that fought a lot at 140 to 47, and now we're making a massive jump. That plus the fact that Canelo just is a massive puncher. I know his output's gone down a lot, and that might be a reason to go Crawford, but I don't know.
Is he though? Is
He
he a
hasn't
massive
been.
puncher
He
at
hasn't been
168?
at 168.
'Cause
That's
I don't
just true.
think so.
I mean, he's put some guys down as far as putting them out. I mean, when you watch the Berlanga fight and watch what Shiraz did to him, and you go, well, Canelo put him down but couldn't get him out of there. But maybe that was the difference in fighting.
I
but
mean,
even
at
Mots
Canelo's peak at 68, he was grinding guys down. He wasn't
Late
just walked
stoppages,
across
right?
the ring.
Late stoppages, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
sleeping guys.
Right, right.
I mean, when you talk about him sleeping guys, it was like Amir Khan.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
At
yeah,
54.
54.
I mean, yeah, he slept Kovalev, but Kovalev, it was at the end of a fight. Kovalev, you know, took the fight on short notice, and it was like a weird set of
Late
circumstances.
Kovalev too, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't really. He was there for a payday. You know, it's like.
All right, so everybody's going Crawford. Appreciate it. Thanks for changing everything up.
Before we go, I just want to. I'd be remiss if I didn't highlight Jasmine Artiga, another new MVP signee, WBA world champion at super flyweight. Tampa Powers unite her and Golden Hulk back to back on the card.
Come on.
Jazz has got a tremendous following coming over from Tampa with her on Saturday, and she's fighting a #1 contender, Lynn Sandstrom. Very excited for that fight as well. And we had Jazz on MVP Prospects once before, and she was just all action.
Smash,
I mean,
smash.
she comes to fight.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen Jasmine Artiga, make sure you tune in.
Back to back with the Tampa natives. You guys are just throwing gold around all over the card, man. Save some for the rest of the box. Actually, don't. Matter of fact, bring all the gold here
take it,
to
you know?
MVP. Bring it all this way. Thank you, Mike, DJ, Juana. Appreciate you guys joining. And listen, guys, do not miss out because MVP is going back to back.